Hey everybody, it's SHAREfactory, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Sword and Shield is just around the corner, and the starters for the game just got leaked, so I thought it would be a good idea to do a Pokemon starter ranking video ranked worst to best. Now, of course, this is going to be my own personal opinion. Some of your opinions are definitely going to differ. Another thing is I rank these Pokemon almost entirely on their looks, not necessarily how good they are, although that might play in just a little bit. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Number 24, coming in at dead last, Popplio Brionne Primarina. Brionne is disgusting. She's like the junior high girl who put on way too much makeup, aka my ex-girlfriend. Primarina is even worse, which sucks because she has the highest special attack stat out of all the starters. You know that old question that asks, if you were on a stranded island with a mermaid and you had the choice between a human top and fish bottom, or a mermaid with a fish top and a human bottom, which would you choose? Well, Primarina is the worst out of the two put together. Primarina is trying to be the Little Mermaid, however, she is utterly failing. I certainly do not want to be part of her world. Coming in at 23, Chespin Quilladin Chestnut. Now, I think Quilladin is terrible. He is the fat kid who went around during lunch asking for everyone's Granny Bee cookies. I think that this would be a way more accurate depiction of the evolution. This Pokemon is disappointing with the name Chestnut, which has the root word of Dreadnought, which you would think that it would look something along the lines of the actual Dreadnought with Oryx flying around. You know, something actually menacing. Overall, I think this evolution line is pretty disappointing, and they could have definitely depicted what they were trying to go for a lot better. Number 22, Tepig Pignite Emboar. Pignite is the exact same Pokemon as Quilladin. Super disappointing. When we got Blaziken, we got a firefighting. We're like, oh, that's sick. And then next we got Infernape, which was also firefighting, but he was still okay. And then we got Emboar, which at that point we're like, come on, Game Freak, what are we doing? Emboar is a rectangle with arms and a head. When you mix a pig with fire, it only results in something delicious, which is bacon. So, I guess it's a good thing that it exists. Number 21, Oshawott Duat Samurott. I feel like Oshawott and Duat are alright, however, Samurott doesn't do it for me. I think that what they were going for could have been a lot better if it wasn't on 4 legs and was more humanoid, like an actual samurai, which is what they're going for. So if it looked something like this, or maybe with more armor, something like this, I feel like it would have been a better Pokemon. Number 20, Fennekin, Brexin, and Delphox. Fennekin is pretty cute. However, I do not like Delphox at all. Can she even hear with all that hair in her, or I guess fur, in her ears? It's kind of nasty. She should really trim that stuff up. Delphox is supposed to be this aged, wise witch, but I don't think she aged well at all. When I see Delphox, I think of the witch from Brave, and all I can think of is her carving wood and trying to turn my mom into a bear. Number 19, Snivy Servine Superior. This line is alright. Superior is like super elegant and stuff, but at the same time, Superior is very basic for me and isn't really my style at all. Number 18, Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium. Chikorita and Bayleaf they're alright. Bayleaf is actually a pretty nice stage 1, however, I do not like Meganium at all. They had a ferocious fire and water type when this came out, and I don't think it mixes with them one bit. Meganium is too simple for me. He or she is definitely not a fighter, in my opinion. Meganium looks like Littlefoot from the movie Land Before Time, just with a flower around his neck, which doesn't look like the other two starters that it comes with. Number 17, Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom. Just kidding, this is actually how they look. Rillaboom is okay. I think he has a pretty good design. However, I don't like that he has to have a drum to attack, because if he loses that drum, wouldn't that make him useless? Number 16, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. I really don't like Venusaur. I know he's the OG, but I think he looks extremely lazy, like he's gonna fall asleep any second. I think that he looks extremely slow, and his Mega doesn't really help him out either. He just gets more leaves. Ivysaur is growing on me, however, because I'm trying to main Pokemon Trainer in Super Smash Bros., and I'm taking a liking to him because he is super good. Number 15, Scorbunny, Raboot, and Cinderace. Scorbunny is super cute, and Cinderace is pretty cool, to be fair. However, I think that Scorbunny is a little bit too plain, and I want more from him. However, if this was his evolution line, then he would definitely be ranked number 1, just saying. Number 14, Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar. I don't understand why everyone loves Torracat so much. I think its hind legs are too tiny for its body. Incineroar is okay. His paws look like Wreck-It Ralph's hands, but he's alright. I definitely like him more since Super Smash Bros. Came out, because he's super fun to play with. Not good, but fun. Number 13, Totodile, Croconaw, and Feraligatr. Now, I really like Totodile. He's super cute and energetic, and Feraligatr is a beast. I really like Feraligatr's design. I think it's really nice, and depending on the picture, I think he looks totally bad A. However, it depends on the picture. His actual character model looks like he has a beer belly and looks super awkward, and with the inconsistency of his photos, that's why I haven't ranked him higher than he is. Number 12, Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon. I don't really like Piplup too much because of the anime. It was way too sassy for me, so I don't like it as much. However, Empoleon is alright. I don't really have anything good or bad to say about him. He's, just a cool Emperor Penguin. Number 11, Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. Cyndaquil is pretty cute, and I think Quilava is a really nice stage 1. And Typhlosion is a total monster. I think he's super cool. However, when he doesn't have his fire especially, I think he has way too much of a basic design, so that's why he's right here. Number 10, Sabah, Drizzle, and Inteleon. I think Sabah, like the other first starters, are really cool. And I really like Inteleon, except for this pose. He looks like Gex and What's-Her-Face from The Incredibles put into one. So I just don't like this stance. However, when it's put into something like this, I think it's really cool. With that in mind, I think that if the evolution line had a design like this, it would definitely be in my top 3. So whoever made this, kudos to you. Number 9, Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja. Greninja is one of the most popular Pokemon nowadays. He's even up there with Charizard and Pikachu after, the anime. Greninja is super sleek, and I think it does what Samurott is trying to do. Once you get over the fact that his scarf is a tongue, he's a pretty good Pokemon, especially when he becomes Ash Greninja, which is his unique Mega Evolution. His stats become insane. Now, I have a bitter taste in my mouth towards Greninja because of the card game. I used to play against it a lot when it was in its prime, and it makes me a little bit bitter towards him. Number 8, Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye. Rowlet is adorable. It even has a little bow tie. Dartrix is a little bit sketchy, but then it redeems itself by turning into Decidueye. Decidueye is so cool. Its concept is incredible, and I love its typing of Ghost and Grass. It also helps that its concept is based upon one of my favorite Disney movies, Robin Hood. Number 7, Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert. Mudkip is pretty dang cute, and he turns into a monster Swampert. Swampert is super cool. I remember him from the anime being super aggressive, which is my kind of Pokemon. Super slick, has the ground typing, which is pretty cool as well, and his Mega is insane, except for his legs. He needs to work on his legs. Number 6, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, the OG water types. Squirtle is fantastic, and Blastoise is pretty dang cool. He is a respectable rival because Blue always chose him. What cooler way to shoot water out of a cannon from your back? I think the concept is really nice with Blastoise. His Mega gets even beefier. And on top of that, Squirtle is my wife's favorite Pokemon of all time, particularly the one from the Squirtle Squad, which kind of raises my opinion on Blastoise, and I don't think it would be as high if it weren't for my wife. Number 5, Chimchar, Monferno, and an Infernape. I really like Chimchar, particularly in the anime with Ash. I think his story is super cool, how Paul let Chimchar go because he was too weak. Ash took him in, raised him, and allowed him to evolve in this super cool Infernape, and eventually beat Paul. Infernape is a super cool Pokemon, and I think it's the monkey that we needed that we didn't know that we needed. Number 4, Torchic, Combuskin, and Blaziken. Now, I think Blaziken and Infernape are right next to each other, but I like Blaziken slightly more, just because Emerald was my first game, and I went with him. So, for the sake of nostalgia purposes, I'm going to have to rank Blaziken a little bit higher than Infernape, just because of that. Now, Torchic is super cute, and Blaziken is super cool. It even gets his own move, Blaze Kick, and his Mega is also super viable because it has a really nice ability where it gets a speed boost. And number 3, we have Turtwig, Grottle, Torterra. I love all 3 of these guys. Turtwig is fantastic. I really enjoy him from the anime and think that he's super cute. And Grottle is really nice as well. He reminds me of Spike from Land Before Time as well. Referencing a lot of Land Before Time. Coincidence? Yeah, probably. I fell in love with Torterra when it used Frenzy Plant in the anime. Torterra does everything that Venusaur does except a million times better. I think that he is an absolute monster. And if you've seen Detective Pikachu, he's super cool in that as well. Number 2, we have Treecko, Grovyle, and Sceptile. I love all 3 of these as well. Treecko is awesome, Grovyle is a really nice stage 1, and Sceptile is perfect in every single way. I love Sceptile from the anime with Ash. Thought he had a really cool personality. I think his design is fantastic. Super speedy, super slick. It actually has like the second best speed in the starters. This is probably tied for the best starter in my opinion, but there is one that slightly goes above that. It has a super nice Mega, and I really don't care that it has a Christmas tree on his butt. And the champion at number 1 is Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. You could call me basic, but here's the thing. Charizard deserves to be at the top. He is the OG. He is a super cool dragon, has one of the best designs, and his connection with Red, along with, any other trainer that has chosen him, is super strong. Now, I know that he's fire flying, but he is the OG dragon. Just look at him. He's fantastic. Like I said, Sceptile comes super close to Charizard for me, but because of nostalgia, he gets ranked number 1. He also has 2 Megas, which only one other Pokemon has, and he will forever be the best starter. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments who your favorite starter is and why. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you later.